Alright guys, so I'm going to walk through these just in case you need any help. So on number 1, we want to graph the image of xyz using the transformation x plus 2, y minus 3. So remember, when we're talking about x plus 2, that is movement this direction, right? X goes left and right, y goes up and down. So if I want to move x plus 2, that means I'm going plus 2 in the left or right direction. So I start on my point x, I go over 1, 2. Then it wants me to go y minus 3. So then from that point, I'll go down 1, 2, 3. And that is going to be my new x prime. Next, I'll go to my next one. Y wants me to do x plus 2. So I'm going to go 2 side to side in the positive direction. 1, 2. Then y minus 3, so I'll go down 1, 2, 3. There's my new y prime. Last one, z. X plus 2, so I'm going side to side, 1, 2. Then I'm going y minus 3, so up and down, minus 3. 1, 2, 3. There's my new z. You can connect those lines, and I'm all done. Now remember, on your test, you have to have these primes. Prime, prime, prime. It tells me you already moved it. On to the next. Write the translation rule for ABC to A prime, B prime, C prime. So remember, without the primes is going to be our starting. So this is 1. Then we're going over here. Perfect. So now I'm just looking for a rule to describe what's happening to A. So I always start with X, which is my movement left to right. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left. Now, if I'm talking about side to side, that's going to affect my x. If I'm going to the left, it's going to be x minus 4. Next, I got to talk about my y movement. So y is up and down. Looks like I'm going down, and I'm going down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my movement will be y minus 5. All right, we're going to keep moving. Describe the composition translations. Use the correct notation. So, once again, we're starting without any primes. Then we're going to this one with primes. And then we're going over here to double primes. So this is our first, our second, and our third image. So the first translation is from here to here. So if I start at A, and I'm going to A prime, first I got to talk about movement left to right. Right, we're talking about our x movement. So to get from here to here, it looks like I go over 1. Okay, so I have x plus 1. Then I got to talk about my y movement. So I have to go down or up or down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And because I'm going down, it's going to be y minus 6. Okay, then my second transition. So now I'm going from this picture to this picture, 3. So I'm starting here, and I got to go side to side first. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going in the negative direction. So if I'm talking about side to side movement, in the negative direction, I will have x minus 6. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. And then I got movement in my y direction, up or down. I'm going up just 1, so I will have plus 1. All right, moving on. First, I want to reflect A, B, C over the y-axis. So once again, got to know my y-axis is straight up and down. So I'm rotating over this line. Or reflecting, my bad, over this line. So all I'm going to do is take my A, count to it, 1 to it, 1 away. A prime. Then B, 1 to it, 1 away, B prime. Then C, 1, 2, 3 to get there, 1, 2, 3 past, C prime. Guys, make sure you are putting down your primes. If you're not putting down your primes, this is pointless. Okay, so that is the first one. I rotated over, or reflected over the x-axis. Now, reflect ABC over the x-axis. So first we did the y-axis, which is straight up and down. Now we're doing the x-axis, side to side. So this one's tricky because it's over the x-axis already. So remember, it's just flipping on top of itself. So if I have A here, I go 1, 2, 3 to meet it. So I'll go 1, 2, 3 past it. And it does go off the graph a little. So that's A prime. Then B, I go 1, 2 up. So I got to go 1, 2 past it. There's B prime. And C, I start below. I go 1 up, 1 past. So all it's doing is flipping onto itself. All right. Moving on. Number 5, reflect triangle ABC over the line y equals 2. So first of all, I got to figure out where in the heck the line y equals 2 is. So you can remember that I'm always going up 2, so my line's going to be here. Or you can use your little cheater sheet that you do get on the test. And if you look over here at reflection, it tells you where the lines are. So when I'm looking at a y equals 2, I'm looking for a y line. So we know it goes side to side at 2. So we're going side to side at 1, 2. That's the line I want to reflect over. Now it's easy. All I have to do is count to and from. So if I start with A, I'll count 1, 2, 3 to get there. 1, 2, 3 past it. That's A prime. B, 1, 2, 3 to get there. 1, 2, 3 past it. And C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I got to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that will be C prime. Now remember, if you are not labeling correctly, you will get these questions wrong. You must have the letter, you must have the prime. All right, moving on. Graph ABC after a rotation 90 degrees clockwise. So this is when we need our handy dandy paper. You're going to line up your corners, make sure you're starring a top corner. I like to put my little cross in the middle where I'm going to rotate around. Then all I'm doing is tracing. So A, B, C. I like to make my dots really dark. Label on my paper so I don't get confused. Okay, now it wants me to rotate 90 degrees clockwise. So clock goes like this. Oops, you can't see what I'm saying. It goes like this. I'm 90 degrees in that direction. So I put my pencil on the axis and I'm going 90 degrees. So that's just 1/4 turn. And there we are. So it looks like A is at -3, 1, or -3, -1, and B is at -1, 2. So -3, 1 is A prime. -1, 2 is going to be B prime. Forgot where C prime is, so I'm going to put this back, line it up. Looks like C is going to be at 2, -2, -1, 2, 3, 4, 5. -2, -1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. And voila, we are done with that one. So really, all we're doing is taking it and rotating it, then trying to write down our new stuff. All right. Graph the image after a 270-degree clockwise rotation. So now we're still going the same direction as the clock, this way. So I'm going to take my paper, going to line it up, going to trace over, got A, B, C again. Try and be more accurate than I'm being. A, B, C. I'm going to do my little cross so I know which way it is 90. Put a star up at the corner. Okay. Now I'm going to put my pencil at the origin. I'm going 270 clockwise. I'm going the same direction as the clock. So my first rotation, 90. Second rotation, 180. Third rotation, till those cross lined up, till my star down here, 270. So, looks like A is going to be at 2, -1. So I might write this over here so I don't forget. A is at 2, -1. Looks like B is at 1, 2, 3, and -1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like C is right at 1, 2, 3, 4, -1. So A, 2, -1. B, 3, -5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. C, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. There's my new guy. Sure, you're labeling. Alright, 2 more. Graph pentagon ABCDE after rotation 180 degrees clockwise. Now remember, when we're talking about 180, it doesn't matter which direction you go. But I'm going to put a star down and then go ahead, trace my points, label A, B, C, D, E. Make sure my points are really vivid. Got a star in the corner across the middle, so we're going 180. So 1 would be 90. 2 would be 180. So now, all I gotta do is write down my points. So it looks like E, and I guess I'll just write it on the wax paper. E is at 2, 0. Looks like A is at, whoa, actually it looks like E is at 1, 0. So it looks like A is at 2, -1. Looks like B is at 1, -3. C looks like it's at -1, -3. And D looks like it's at -2, -1. So now I just take those points, put them on my graph. So E looks like it's at 1, 0. E. A looks like at 2, -1. And B looks like it was at 1, -3. C looks like -1, -3. D, -2, -1. Ta-da! Alright, last one. Dilate the picture with a scale factor of 1/2. So, first things first, I gotta label all my points. So A is at 2, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. B is at 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 3. C is at 2, 1. And D is at 6, 1. So now all I have to do is multiply everything by 1/2. So half of 2 is 1. Half of 3 is 1.5. So that A is going to be at 1, 1.5. That's my new A prime. B, 6 and 3. So 6 times 1/2 is 3. 3 times 1/2 is 1.5. So 3 over 1, 2, 3, up 1.5. There's my new B. Alright, D, 6 times 1/2 is 3. 1 times 1/2 is 1/2. So we'll go over 1, 2, 3, up 1/2. There's D prime. And C, 2 and 1. Half of 2 is 1. Half of 1/2 is 1/2. So we'll go over 1, up 1/2.